Hey, I'm Emma Upton, and this is the map to the real thing, the strategy you've been starving for. If you've done all the work, the therapy, the mindset, the branding courses, but it still can't seem to find a way to bring your real work into something clear, something tangible, something fully alive, this series is for you. I built my thing from the depths of an anxious, overthinking hole with brand new baby twins, a husband who worked away, and a full-time job as a school teacher. It made zero logical sense, but somehow it worked. I hacked the system and now I'm handing you the map because the truth is, your thing isn't missing. It's just misunderstood. And in this series, I'm walking you through the exact process I use with women who can do everything with their eyes closed, on 3 hours sleep and still outperform everyone around them, but who are tired, who need a hug, and who refuse to let their dreams die. This is how you take that whisper of a thing, the actual thing you're here to do, and turn it into something real with wings, with roots, with renaissance, and with wild results like making £10,000 in the first month of monetizing my work. What? It's real strategy, but it also starts with you. And if you're listening in real time, I've opened up a handful of free map portal spaces, so you can actually do this one-to-one with me, having the time of our lives. The link is in the show notes, but for now, let's drop into today's episode.
Good morning, welcome to my woods. If you're watching me visually, you're going to get a treat as well as some cool info about strategy, because that's the thing that we all want, isn't it? That's when we let our conscious brain lead, the tree of terror that are just terrorizing us constantly. They are just pushing us permanently in the energy of, I've got this big picture, I've got this big work, and now I need to find a way to birth it into life. If we're not careful, if we're not on the lookout for it, all we'll do is hyper focus on strategy. And if we're not getting the tangible results that we think we should, we think there's something wrong with the strategy. So we learn about new funnels, we learn about new marketing, we learn about new email tactics, but actually 95, that's such a random number, but such a high proportion of anybody doing anything magical will say the same. The strategy is the simple bit. So I want to talk today about how you can create a simple strategy that sits under the real work that you're here to do, but one that you feel really confident and comfortable with. I saw a massive difference in my work the moment I realized, because I always knew the big game was mindset. I always knew the big game was frequency and energy. I'm obsessed with quantum physics. I'm obsessed with how this universe actually works, and it works on a microscopic scale that we can't conceive. I knew that was the big work, but we still live in a human world, don't we? And we want humans to understand the greatness of what we've got to offer. So it requires a strategy. The moment I landed in my strategy, it was like my whole nervous system just exhaled. And it was like, okay, I can get to business on the real stuff now, rather than frantically looking around like I'm missing something, which is just stalling my work, reaching the levels that it's meant to, at the speed that it's meant to. The collapsing paradigms, the quantum leaping, all the good stuff that we want. So this is a marker, this is a 2-part episode, and this is a marker of how you land on your strategy. The most important, and you're not going to learn this from any niche class, I bet you've done them all. The most important thing that you are going to learn, that you have to learn, that is the most unsimplistic part of this process, is who your work is for. Unless you know who your work is for, you're not going to be speaking to your people. And if you're not speaking to your people, the brilliance of everything that you're creating, have created, will create, will get missed. So I want you to sit with this, whereas most of the time we want to get our big, if you're anything like me, I want to get my big paper out, I want to get all my pens out, I want to get my nice highlighters out, and I want to figure this out. You can't. Soz. And if you hate that, good, you're here on purpose. What you actually need to do, hello again, swimmer. What you actually need to do is be inside. When you're thinking about, well, who am I speaking to? What do they want? Who are my people? They are all the right questions. But we slip into the brain, we slip into the mind being like, I have to figure this out. Then we go into regression of, well, who was I 5 years ago? And what were my pains? And what I want you to do is, when you go to speak to the people that your products or your programs or your podcast or your book or whatever it is, when you go to speak life into, these are the people that I serve. And when you say it out loud, how does it feel inside your body to actually say those words? How does it feel? And if it feels uncomfortable, and if it feels staticky, and if it feels messy, and if it feels uncomfortable, then you have the energetic work to do around that. And I know the trio of terror will be terrorizing you, going, "Now, Emma, I just need to take another quiz." What is happening? That energy, that frequency is like a noose around your neck. So every time you go to share your work, the noose might just clench so tight that you can't actually say or do anything. Or it might be that you're willing to push through that, because that's what so many coaches that I've worked with, I've heard them say to other people, like, you might be willing to push through that, but then you've got this noose around your neck and you're saying it with this really restricted energy of like, I can't really say what I want to. So as you're speaking to your people, if the energy of it is, oh, I don't really feel comfortable saying that, and I don't know if it is them exactly, and is that the where my work is most powerful, or actually should I be your work is to get back inside your body. So if that lands for you, this is everything that we do in name the thing, find the thing, and then the strategy of map the thing. So if this is your kind of thing, you're like, oh, then this is what we do. I hope this is going to be so helpful for you. Every time you come to that question of who are my people, because you have to know, because if you're speaking to everybody, you're speaking to no one, you already know that, is ask the question, feel the resistance inside your body and track it. Put a hand wherever it is. Do you feel it in your gut? And all of a sudden you're like, oh, is the guilt and the shame, that second energy center revving up? Is it in the chest? Is there a tightness in the chest? Is it the throat? Is it the restriction of the throat energy center? Like, where is that restriction? And then ask that question, feel that restriction, and be with it. Notice how the trio of terror, like, no, don't be with it. Let's get the big paper out. Let's map it out. Let's figure it out. The third element of this is map the thing. But you can't map it. You cannot get into your knowing when there is that restriction. So be with it. Feel it. It's the last thing that your trio of terror are going to want to do. And breathe and be with it. And as you breathe, and a really cool breath is you breathe all the way in through the nose, you get to tippity top, and then you breathe in again, and then you breathe all the way out. And you do that over and over again whilst focusing on that area until that sensation leaves. And then you ask the question again. How many times do I need to ask the question, Emma? I know. I'm still asking the same questions on some body parts. It can, if the energy is wrapped up around it, it can be complex, but it will leave you in a minute. And the length of time just is dependent on how willing you are to surrender. Most of us are not very willing to surrender, but it could go the very first time you do this. And then the next time you ask that question of who am I here to serve? Who are my people? You will feel that there isn't that restriction. All of a sudden you will fucking know. When I realize, oh, I'm not meant to be a business coach. I knew I was meant to help people birth their work into the world, but I hated all the 7-figure business coaches. I was like, but I don't know how else to do it. And there was this real conflict. And whenever I thought about it, I help people bring their work into the world. I was like, ugh, and it felt horrible. But that was because it was getting consumed by the restriction. And when I sat and did this process, all of a sudden I was like, oh, I don't help regular people. I don't help people who want to make 7 figures tomorrow. I help the real people, the ones that know that they're here on a life mission, and that, yes, they get to be wildly successful. Yes, their work is here to change the world. Yes, they get to make it into their full-time thing, meaning that they get paid abundantly. and they can be in the energy of their work all of the time, walking in the woods, recording podcast episodes. Like, that gets to be the reality, but they don't want a quick fix yesterday. They want to do the true work, the real work, the one that doesn't add more karma to your life, the one that erodes that karma so that you sit with this freedom. That, the only way I could get to that place was willing to sit with the discomfort of the trio of terror, needing to know the answer because I asked it, because my mentor had given me a niche questionnaire so that I could find my niche once and for all. If this is helpful to you, tomorrow's episodes, I'm going to be going deeper into the energetics. You're welcome.
So if this episode hits something in you, if you're nodding along like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for, here's what I want you to know. This is the first spark. And right now, I'm on a mission for the rest of 2025, which isn't as far away as you think, to help 100 women bring their thing into life. Not just an idea, but something real, something tangible, something with wings. Right now, I've cleared the space. And just like my 4-part process has shown me, I'm all in with this right now. So I'm offering these 1-hour map portal sessions for free. It's me and you for an hour. Name your thing, finding what's been in the way, and you're going to exhale and go, okay, that's it. Mapping exactly how it wants to live inside the world so that you know where to focus your energies to make it really real in the easiest possible way. If that sounds terrifying and delicious all at once, the portal link is in the show note details. Fill it in. I'll read every word and I'll get back to you personally after the session. Let's actually begin. I can't wait to see you there.